Affirmations are like crutches, okay? Useful when you're injured, but strangely awkward when you're not. And here's the secret. You are not broken or injured. So are you relying on them too much? And this fact of you relying on them too much might be just delaying your chance at manifesting a specific person. Because if you are constantly affirming that your specific person loves you, it's likely because deep down you don't believe they do. Or worse, you don't believe you are lovable without constant validation. This is not just an exhausting way to live, it is fundamentally flawed. It really is. Why? Because affirmations, when misused, are like plastering wallpaper over a crack in the wall. It might look okay for a while, you might even get a few results, but it does not fix the structural issues. And in relationships, those issues will always come to light eventually, always. So the root of the problem is not your technique or the words you choose or the affirmations. Let's stop blaming the tool affirmations. That's not the problem. It's how you see yourself. Many of us operate under a case of mistaken identity. We think we are the separate self, the ego self, which is a bundle of personal histories, fears, and thoughts. We see ourselves as separate from everyone else, from the world, from the tree outside, from the table, everything and everyone, especially those we love or desire to love. We see ourselves separate from them. The sense of separation is what you're inadvertently reinforcing every time you recite an affirmation robotically, out of fear or lack. You're affirming not just a desire for love, but a belief in your separation from it. That is what you're truly affirming. So these symptoms of desperation, relationship anxiety, or the feeling that you must constantly work on attracting love, they are not random. They are echoes of this fundamental error in self-perception. And naturally, you see them throughout your life, coloring your relationships with insecurity and neediness. You demand that you get a text on time. You demand that they call you certain times. You demand that they need to be in your life by a certain date. So what's the alternative? It's simple, may not be easy all the time. It's from shifting from affirming to just being. It's about recognizing your true nature. Understanding that at your core, you're not a bundle of anxieties or a project that needs constant improvement. You're not a project. You are not a work in progress. You are not. You are complete, connected, and inherently worthy of love. This isn't something you need to affirm. It's something you need to realize, to come back to the recognition. That's why I give those guided pauses of, well, are you aware? Are you aware that you're aware? What is missing in this awareness? Now, instead of asking, why don't they love me, or how can I make them love, ask this guided pause question. Who is the me that needs love? And what is it about my perception of love that is rooted in separation? Try to find this me that needs this specific person by a certain date. Can you find the me that needs this love? Search for it in your experience, in your body. You won't be able to find it. This is how you come and start living from a place of wholeness. It doesn't mean you ignore your desires or stop enjoying whatever techniques you want to do altogether. It means your affirmations, if you wish to use them, you don't have to. They just come from a place of celebration rather than need. A recognition of love's presence in your life, not a plea for its arrival, not begging it or commanding it into existence. This is not about discarding all tools that you know, things like meditation, therapy, shadow work, whatever, and yes, even affirmations. They have their place, but they should be, they're just tools to take you there, like halfway step. They take you to a certain place. But after that, they become inadequate. So imagine you're at a point where you naturally feel connected and loved, right? Using any of the questions, guided pause questions that I gave you earlier, you can pause and replay. From this place, an affirmation isn't a bridge to cross this field of doubt. It's just a celebration of truth. Like, of course I'm loved. Of course I'm worthy. Of course I'm treated amazingly. You don't affirm now to convince yourself of your worth, but to rejoice what you already know is yours, that you're already what you're seeking. And this not just changes how you manifest relationships, because your life is just not about like one person. Your whole life changes. It moves you from a cycle of constant neediness to just a state of natural flow and authenticity. And I'm sure you've seen people experiencing like the flow state or their zone of genius, because you are dissolving that perceived sense of separation from love. And when you do that, you begin to dismantle the barriers you've built around your heart. There was no real barrier, actually. And what you're left with is not a need to manifest love, but an ability to experience and just celebrate the love that was there all along. You are that love. This is manifesting at its most powerful, not as a tool to acquire what you lack. Manifesting is not a tool. Manifesting is who you already are. It's recognizing what you've always been, what you always have, and what you will always will have, no matter the time and place you are, no matter what conditions you're facing. So let me know what you want me to talk about in my next video in the comments below.